And with that, we're ready for basketball here inside the gym at Leominster High School. Once again, a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to Rivalry Family Media's coverage of Rivalry Week right here at the gym at Leominster High School. Blue Devils and Red Raiders, Leominster and Fitchburg set for action tonight. Second time in a week, not something that you're going to often see, Bill Thomas, if ever again, but you will see it through the continuation of this 2021 season. You will continue to see the same school on Monday, you see again on Thursday. You'll just see them once at home and once on the road.
Well, you consider these schools hadn't played each other in competition since February 4th of last year. And so to see each other twice in the same week, it's a new dawning of a new age.
Indeed it is.
It's really about the adjustments tonight, though. We'll have to see how Leominster can deal with this back-to-back games and if they've made any changes.
Red Raiders will control the first possession. They will go right to left here in quarter number one. Just underway, Leominster and Fitchburg here inside the gym at Leominster High School.
It's already noisy.
Indeed it is. You could feel the energy inside the building being created by both benches. Nice feed inside. Caputi rises up, gets it over the front of the rim, draws contact. Basket's good. Red Raiders are on the board. Caputi's got an early chance at a three-point play.
They didn't hesitate to go inside there. Look for that man in the lane, using his height and laying it in, getting the one.
And Caputi can't get that one to go, but a rebound, a 2-for-1 opportunity for Marte, who puts it back in and good. And it's a quick 4-0 Red Raider lead. Fitchburg wearing the road brick red tops, brick red bottoms, trimmed in gray and white. White numerals front and back. Fitchburg in the arc across the front of the chest. As Perez drives down the lane, pushes it over the top of Caputi, doesn't get it to go. Rebound for the Red Raiders, and they control. Back right to left. Three-point popped away for Gayton, doesn't go. And the rebound down for Tyson. Here's Perez, the drive, kick to Delicia, got room at the right block, lays it in and good. Leominster's on the board 1 minute into this one.
Nice ball movement right there, patient, looking for that open guy on the weak side in the lane, found him, easy two.
Leominster wearing the home white tops, white bottoms, trimmed in royal blue at the shoulders, waistband, and at the bottom of the shorts. The L and the running devil on either side of the shorts. Blue Devils frame in the front numerals, and then, of course, the numerals matching on the back as well. As Gabe Rivera spots up a three and hits. Here comes Dada, back down the floor, drive into the corner. This is Delicia, draws the contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Late switch on the defense on the low block, Bill Thomas, and Delicia was able to take advantage of it and draw the foul.
Yeah, making himself his presence known and not being shy about driving to that basket. I think that's the key to success, maybe working inside, getting the Fitchburg Red Raiders in some foul trouble, and see how that plays out. But back on this other end, that offensive sequence for Fitchburg, nice ball movement around the perimeter. A lot of patience right there before they buried that three-pointer.
Delicia hits the first. Now everybody steps into the lane. Now 3 weeks into this, folks getting used to seeing those empty lanes on the first free throw or the first two if it's a three-shot foul. And then right before the rebounding action is possible, players take their spots on the lower two blocks. As Delicia completes that one, and we've got a three-point ball game here in the early going. Gayton pops a shot. Back rim, no, and the rebound down for Dada. He'll look quickly up floor for Delicia. Delicia into the corner. Back top of the key, Perez. 2 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. Leominster really trying to work the basketball here. Dada, the drive, left side of the lane. Kick corner, Perez, open three from the left side. Will not go. Up for the rebound, Dada with the body contact, and he comes down with it. And Bill Thomas, he resets the floor here.
Yeah, good job pulling it out right there. He was out of position for a putback.
Acias, the drive to the lane from the off angle. Score that basket, plus a shot.
Nice aggressive move right there, using the backboard. Nice little spin move by Acias.
Coach McCall wanted a walk on that one, didn't draw the call. And Acias will roll the one over the front. Each team's got a three-point play. We're knotted at 7. 2.5 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. Head fake, here's the drive. Snoop Edmonds gets the front rim, it won't go. And the rebound down for Tyson. Perez leads it up floor, the underhand for Asias. Asias stops left block, turnaround, feeds Dada, coming in from behind. The soft hands, and it's good.
Nice eyes right there. Saw him flash in the lane.
And Perez jumps the pass, picks it from Rivera. Up floor, Delakiai. They had 2-on-1. Delakiai couldn't get the handle on it, had to slow things down. Back to the foul line. This is Tyson. Then Asias in the corner. And you see that extended 2-3 zone the Red Raiders are employing, trying to keep the Devils on the outside.
It's all about being patient.
10 to shoot inside. The shot up from Tyson doesn't go. Got his own rebound, though. And that one will fall. And quickly, a whistle and a timeout taken here, I believe.
Nice job by Tyson there. You know, he's been working really hard under the basket, and it's nice to see him get some success on his own putback right there.
I think it was a warning, Bill Thomas, for touching the basketball after the made hoop.
Was it? A little delay of game.
Yeah, a little delay of game warning, if you will.
Yeah.
Gayton comes to the near side for Rivera. Rivera in the left block. Nice interior pass. Finds Marte, who finishes at the rim.
Nice athletic move right there. Marte showing some skills.
Dada comes across the midcourt with control, and Marte overplayed that one a little bit, came reaching across the front, hit him with the shoulder shiver. It'll be a foul on the floor. Leominster will have inbound at midcourt.
Nothing wrong with a little defense extended. Try to take some time off the clock. Take that extra pass away.
Asias inbounds for Perez. Perez foul line. Delakiai wide open, got touched from behind. Shot doesn't go. Dada the rebound, put back, no go. And the interior rebound brought down by Graham.
2 good looks right there.
Halfway through this first quarter, 4 minutes left in quarter one. It is 11-9, Leominster with the lead. Blue Devils bench with the defense chant. The drive baseline, Graham got position, laid in and good, and he let Tyson know about it.
Monty Graham using his athleticism right there. Good job around the hoop.
Collision coming up floor, Dada guns baseline for Tyson, overshoots, ball out of bounds. Back to the Red Raiders.
A little too hot for Tyson to handle there. I think he had his head turned.
Back up floor, this is Edmonds in the corner, then feeds Gayton. Gayton dribbles in a double team. Bounces inside, finds Graham. Graham back out for Rivera. Take foul line, wide open corner. Edmonds short, and the rebound for Asias is uncontested. Red Raiders with some token pressure, and Caputi almost slapped it away in the transition game.
Can't be careless.
That's right. And the push, they call the hand check coming down the floor as Dada draws the defensive attention.
Say, good pressure defense, though, by Fitchburg. You know, you're going to get those hand checks. Doesn't mean that they're going to be backing off defensively. You got to keep that pressure on, take as much clock away, stop that ball movement on the offensive end.
3:12 left here in quarter one. Team stuck at 11. Fantastic basketball game thus far just here in the first quarter. Inside, Tyson for Delakiai. And Delakiai for Asias. Now Asias. Foul line, double team, kick back, Perez, wide open three, front rim, no, and a push on the rebounding action. It looks like the call is going to go against Leominster.
See if they build Tyson for that. He was pretty active under the basket, yeah.
It is Tyson, and it is his first. We've got a mask issue over on the far side. Caputi's got to get a fresh one, as the mask strap snapped. So they get him a fresh mask. He's ready to go. Leominster makes a couple of substitutions out on the floor. Halstead checks in for his first action tonight, joined by Nivard on the inside, takes over the center spot. Rivera drops it down low. Graham, tough angle. Bodies hit the floor on the rebounding action. Held ball is the call. Halstead into the game, Bill Thomas, and quickly he gets involved in the action.
Yeah, nice job right there under the basket. Monty Graham kind of got swallowed up and couldn't handle that rebound. Good hands right there.
2:45 left here in quarter one. Teams knotted at 11. Rivalry Week, Leominster, Fitchburg here on RFM. Great to have you along with us. Welcome our viewers joining us in Leominster, Fitchburg, and all across north central Massachusetts tonight, right here on RFM. Joined with our partners at Leominster TV as Nivard hits a long two, and that one will go. Leominster reclaims the lead. Bounce into the corner, Gayton. For Graham, back corner, Gayton. Three from the right side, no go, but the rebound brought down on the inside by Thomas. Sets up a Rivera three, doesn't go. Graham crashes, he had his hands on it, but the ball was pulled away there on the inside by Nivard, who will work the transition game for Dada.
A lot of action under the basket right there. Fitchburg unable to convert.
Dada with Rivera painted on him. Spins the lane, creates the room. Perez looked at the three and brought it down. He was wide open. Instead feeds Nivard, and Perez tried to keep it alive on the baseline. Out of bounds, and the ball will go back to Fitchburg. You know, Bill, when we were talking to Coach Kevin Grudgefield after the last broadcast we had with him in that game against Gardner, he talked about Perez maybe being a little bit too me first in years past. Now, as a mature senior, he's looking to create for his teammates, but in that case, he would have been better off being me first. He was wide open.
I think so too, Todd. You know, overpassing, being creative is good, but sometimes you got to take that shot.
Gayton thought about spotting up for an NBA three. He brought it down. Swing corner. Makes its way to Rivera. Splits the double team. Lost the handle. Rolled to Graham. Graham out. Gayton. Wide open look at three. Short off the front rim. Battle for the rebound. Everybody touched it. Last touch. And they say it is Fitchburg basketball.
Everybody says Fitchburg, but Coach Grudgefield, he had the best look at it, though.
Indeed. 1:28 to play here in quarter one. Leominster +2 at 13-11. Coach Kevin Grudgefield having a conversation with the baseline official who's in the lead position. He kind of gave up the call. He would have had the angle on, you would think, the near side.
I think he's telling the coach, we need the spot for the inbounds.
Indeed. They create some room, and away we go. Coach Grudgefield enthusiastic with the clap as Rivera spots up a three and it won't go. But Graham, the rebound, he was being held on to. The foul is signaled on the floor. Indeed, it should, as Chase Hawes checks into the game, and he held on the rebounding action. 1:18 to play here in the first.
Yeah, Monty brought that down and should have went right back up with it, but ended up getting the foul on the floor. Possession, Fitchburg.
Rivera will look for an inbound. And he finds Thomas. Thomas through Faulkner into the corner. That one won't go for Graham. Battle for the rebound. And the ball ends up out of bounds. Last touched by Fitchburg. It will be Leominster basketball. 1:10 to play here in the first quarter.
But no lack of aggressiveness on either end of the floor, Todd. Both teams are getting after it.
It feels, Bill Thomas, like this game normally would. We're sans
should.
the crowd, and we miss you all. But I'll tell you, in here right now, the energy, the most energy we have felt all season long here inside the gym at Leominster High School as we go under a minute here in the first quarter.
And we're seeing the energy coming from the benches, and we haven't seen that in past games.
Agreed. Halstead caught in a double team. He banged it off of Gayton out of bounds. Leominster will keep it, but just 6 seconds to shoot on the possession, Bill Thomas.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a quick move here off this inbounds. Look for that outside jumper, I'm guessing, but we'll see. 6 seconds is a long time in basketball.
Dada for Halstead. Then Hawes, 4 to shoot. Now 3.
Got to talk.
Perez fires it up and into the basket supports. That is an all defensive maneuver there, Bill Thomas.
Yeah, absolutely. But a little bit, I think, I didn't hear any talking either. You got to talk to the guy with the ball. And sometimes you got to take that shot.
Final 37 seconds here of the first quarter. 10-second differential, shot clock to game clock. 20 to shoot on the possession. Faulkner being bothered, lost the handle inside. Hawes comes out with it, working against his own teammate in Halstead. And now Hawes up floor, shot clock off, final 20 seconds of the first. And Leominster, bad pass, over and back. They wanted a deflection call, and they're not going to get it.
Nope. Calls are not going Leominster's way right now. We're going to have a quick timeout here.
Indeed.
Set up the last play for the quarter.
They will. Timeout taken on the floor. Bill Thomas, looked like the Red Raiders asked for this one.
Yeah, I'm guessing they did. They'd like another 2 points here. Tie this game up here, or maybe even take the lead as the first quarter winds down. I think it's a good move by the coach here. Get everybody together and make sure you use the clock. You don't want to give this back to Leominster. Sometimes you know, we're still dealing with young adults who get over anxious sometimes.
19.5 seconds left here in the first quarter. Leominster with the 13-11 lead as we say hello once again to you. Courtside here at the gym at Leominster High School. Todd Robbins, Bill Thomas. The empty spot here, of course, is the person who, Bill, everybody knows, keeps the broadcast together. Kate Robbins on assignment tonight. She had told you the other night she was on parent conference duty tonight. So she's talking to parents somewhere, wherever they may be, back
Hopefully
at the house.
it's the parent that she's talking to.
That's right.
Do you check the ID before you have the discussion?
No question about it.
I'm available if anybody needs a parent, by the way.
As we say hello to our fans checking in with us on social media tonight, you can have your second screens working. Fantastic seeing the Red Raider and Blue Devil fans cheering on their player. I know how difficult it is for parents to be at home, fans to be at home, and not able to be actively inside the gym here at Leominster High School. Final 12 seconds here of the first quarter. Into the corner. Now back out. Gayton, cross court, and open Rivera. 4 seconds. It's picked. Rivera, 2 seconds. Rivera's going to get the shot up. Check it, Perez. He will fire the shot up, and it's off the mark. 1 quarter in the books from here at the gym at Leominster High School. Leominster, a tenuous 2-point lead through 1 quarter here. 13-11. Blue Devils on top of Red Raiders through 1 quarter. What a first quarter of action, Bill Thomas. We have promised folks a dandy, and thus far, they have gotten said dandy tonight.
Yeah, it's been a good game. Back and forth, you know, and the score reflects that, 13-11. A lot of energy shown by both teams, and, you know, I think this is what we come to expect from a Fitchburg-Leominster matchup. Anything less than this, you know, we'd be disappointed.
Anything less, Bill Thomas, would be uncivilized. Oh, wait,
well,
hang on. We don't have them.
It feels like there's a crowd in here. It
does.
really does. I mean, you know, usually we're surrounded. We're actually staking out our area with extra equipment.
Certainly.
But it has that feel, and there's plenty of energy coming from the other side of the court. The benches are really into this game. It's great to see.
And that energy started long before we came on the air. Pretty much from the moment the Red Raiders rolled off the bus, they came in, started into their warm-ups and getting themselves ready for action. And once they got themselves in and ready for action, this clapping and applause and energy came, and then Leominster went to respond. So they started with the clapping and the energy, and Bill Thomas, the energy just built as we worked our way toward first possession.
Yeah, and we talked about that pregame energy. Fitchburg was showing a lot of it. Leominster was kind of subdued in their own court, but they definitely brought the energy to the first quarter here, showed by that 13-11 lead.
Second quarter underway here inside the gym at Leominster High School. Leominster with the 13-11 lead at the start of the second. 3-point fire away from Thomas, doesn't go. Rivera, the rebound coming from underneath Tyson, lays it in, and good.
Nice job there, and that putback took a step, got a little clear lane, used the backboard nicely.
That one poked away by Dada, and then it must have deflected off Dada on its way out as Rivera tipped it away, and Dada with a little get-off-me shove. And you can feel it, Bill Thomas. It has all the pieces of the Leominster and Fitchburg rivalry.
And we saw it in the girls' game a little bit the other night, too, and that's what we come to expect.
30 seconds gone by here in the second quarter. Remember, no traditional halftime. It'll just be another 2.5-minute mask break for those of you seeing your first COVID-modified basketball game. Pass on the interior along the baseline. Graham struggled to find the handle. It went down to the shoe tops, and Tyson was able to pick it and then send it out in transition.
Great hands by Tyson, picking that up at his feet before it went out of bounds.
Perez.
Extended Fitchburg defense.
Indeed, Asias with a strong take. He drew contact, got the ball up on the rim, Bill Thomas. Couldn't finish from the angle, but Asias has got two coming from the line.
And the only one that's not afraid to take it inside right now is Asias. He's had a couple of strong drives. Delici, first couple of possessions, but Asias has really been the most aggressive player on the court offensively for Leominster.
Bill Thomas, you had some quick first quarter numbers. What stood out to you?
Well, you know, it's pretty balanced, but looking quickly on the Fitchburg side, Mate had 4 points in that first quarter, and senior captain Rivera had a 3-pointer. 2 points from, let's see, Graham. Also 2 points from Caputi. That rounded out the Fitchburg scoring.
And we'll get the Leominster first quarter numbers in a moment. Asias hit both the free throws. Leominster back on top at 15-13. Fire away as into the basketball game comes Elijah Jeffries, and that shot long of the mark. Coach McCall was telling me as it relates to Jeffries, he was a call-up. He started the season down as part of the JV program and then moved his way up to get some good minutes here in varsity now as well. As Tyson spins down the lane, bodies up, lays it in and good, plus the foul.
Nice job by Tyson there. And I've personally been hoping to see more of that. He's been working hard around the basket. And he's had some early success tonight in this game, and he's only going to get better. He's a lot of raw talent for a senior, but it's nice of him to be out here trying as hard as he can and putting a great effort forward.
And Tyson will complete the three-point play. A strong take for Graham. He draws the foul, coming right back at Tyson and letting him know about it. It's getting a little chippy there, Bill Thomas. They're doing a lot of talking to one another, as what would we expect from a Leominster-Fitchburg basketball game, or anything else for that matter, where these two communities are involved. The officials are doing a good job trying to make sure that they nip that conversation in the bud as Graham misses the first from the line.
And we're only a minute and a half into the second quarter here, so it's only going to, I think, that increase as the game continues. Over on the Leominster side, quick look at some scoring totals here. Nevad had 3. Who else? Losing my. Asias had 3, but very aggressive in that first quarter. Had 2 for Tyson, couple for Dada. Delici chipped in, well balanced in that first quarter.
And that has been something, a signature of Leominster thus far this season, is balanced scoring contributions across the board. 18-14, Leominster on top of Fitchburg. 2 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Perez loses the handle. There's a battle for the basketball. There's a whistle from the baseline, and we have a double foul away from the play as Dada and it looks like Graham are both going to get billed a foul apiece as they, Bill Thomas,
see how they got tied
had
up
some
there.
issues. They got tangled up.
Multitasking, and I kind of glanced away from the monitor here. Once again, it does not surprise me, and I think this is good for the officials. Put a foul on both of these guys. You know, if they're going to keep up the shenanigans, it's the way it's going to be.
Conversation about the count. 6:01 left here in the second quarter. 18-14, Leominster on top of Fitchburg by 4. A double foul call. The officials got together to converse. On the double foul call, Bill Thomas, it is the same as a held ball. So they go to the alternate possession arrow. There has not been a tie-up since the opening possession. The arrow favors Leominster. They get to keep the basketball.
All said and done, let's play some basketball.
Indeed. This is Delici. Delici throws the push shot up and finishes at the rim.
Nice aggressive move in the lane right there. Got himself a nice little 8 to 10 footer. Oh, a little careless right there.
Yeah, I was going to say, almost got the pocket picked coming across the half court by your teammate. Leominster's lead is +6, 5.5 left here in the second quarter. Caputi stripped on the way up. Nice touch there by McCormick. Looks for a headman pass. Delici tips to Asias to keep it alive. Delici set up for a 3. Wanted to see the payoff. It could not land. Caputi got himself a rebound. Straight away, Gayton sees a 3. He is a 3.
Wow.
That one goes down and closes the gap.
NBA 3 right there.
He's been looking for him all night, Bill Thomas. Coach McCall told us he is their three-point shooting specialist. As you can feel the energy continuing to increase here inside the gym at Leominster High School. Here's the drive. Asias' shot. Does it go? Rebound inside for Moisen. And Moisen stays with it and finishes at the rim.
Nice aggressive move right there. A little head fake, drew the defense, looked for the opening. Finished it off. Good job right there.
4:40 left here in the second quarter at 22-17 Leominster lead. Gayton fires away from that L, and he buries it to bring the Red Raiders within 2. He was setting the distance, Bill Thomas, throughout the first quarter, and now he got it.
He's found the eye. See if he can keep it up.
Delakiai for Moisen with a snap pass on the baseline, and that one will go.
What a look by Delakiai right there. Drew the defense, weak side pass. Nice job.
Halfway through this second quarter, 4:08 left in quarter 2. 24-20 Leominster's lead until that three-point basket.
Somebody's got to get out on him.
Back-to-back possessions for George Gayton, burying the three-pointers. Oh, my.
You find a sweet spot, you better take it away from him. Give him a layup.
A one-point basketball game, and the Red Raiders with renewed interest. Here's the drive. Delakiai throws up the scoop shot. He got fouled. Delakiai will have 2 from the line.
Slow down that Fitchburg momentum a little bit, but I got to tell you, you don't take that spot away from George. He's going to keep going to it. He's got that L picked out right now, and I'd set up camp on that spot if I was the defense.
3:44 left here in the second quarter. Leominster with the 1-point lead at 24-23. And a lot of that has to do with 9 points from George Gayton in the last 3 possessions, or roughly, Bill Thomas, the last 90 seconds of game time.
I was going to say about the last minute and a half. And a little joking on going down here, some Leominster school officials, I think they tell George stay off the yell, but I wasn't sure.
Well, he also came down during the stoppage in play, and he kind of jumped up and touched the rim. You can see it's just nervous energy. I mean, why wouldn't you have the energy tonight with the feeling inside this gym as Delakiai finishes at the foul line to put Leominster back on top by 3. Rivera, foul line, Graham, stripped. Asias with the basketball. 1-on-2, don't like your chances. He'll slow things down.
Like the way he broke the tempo right there, though. Good job.
Here's the drive. McCormick scooped up. Try to follow with Delakiai, didn't go, and somehow the basketball found an open spot of the floor, and Leominster still has the possession. McCormick sets up a 3 and buries it from the left side. 29-23, Leominster on top. Gayton bombs away. That one won't go off the front rim. Put the rebound down for Moisen as we go under 3 minutes here in the second quarter.
Not that time.
Asias, the drive, slams on the brakes. McCormick looks to respond. Too hard off the back rim, right out to Rivera with the big rebound. Rivera in transition, dragged the foot, missed the finger roll, rebound to Asias on the opposite side.
Paused it a little bit on the defensive end, but then loses the ball.
Dribbled away by Snoop Edmonds, who takes it away.
Gets in on the action.
And now a timeout taken on the floor. This one taken by the Red Raiders.
Guessing things are getting a little scattered out there, a little frantic, so good time to reel things in here. Leads starting to build up on the Leominster side. Great time out here by Fitchburg. See if they can't slow the momentum, although I tell you, George Gayton, I mean, I look up, I'm kind of surprised Fitchburg's not leading after watching the way he's been bombing away.
You talk about shooting your way back into a basketball game, Bill Thomas, but usually that involves distribution. In this case, it was just involved Gayton finding the distance and then hitting back to back to back trips down the floor. But give Leominster all the credit in the world. When you get a player on the opposition that starts firing away like that and you can't neutralize them on 3 straight possessions, that can break one of 2 ways. And in this case, Leominster stayed with it. They responded each time down the floor. They didn't try to force. They hit a 3. They had a 2 plus a foul. They got another lay-in. They kept themselves in the game. They maintain a 6-point lead.
Well, they can't expect to match a shooter like Gayton, but they do got to match possessions. And you can't throw possessions away because you're frustrated on what goes on the other end of the court. You come down, you play your own game. You go back and play defense. You take Gayton off his spot. Maybe you get him to throw up a couple of errant balls. We saw him just miss one. But Leominster's going to have to work on that because Fitchburg's not bashful, and not just Gayton, but there's other players that are not bashful about throwing up that three-pointer. If they start feeling it, you're going to see a lot more of it.
Just over the halfway point of this 2021 basketball season here on Rivalry Family Media. Happy to be involved in partnership with Leominster High School. As you can see, next week is Oakmont-Leominster Week in the renewal of that rivalry. Boys and girls action begins with boys right here from the gym at Leominster High School on Monday night, 6 o'clock. We'll be on the air 5:45 here on RFM.
You see us out there on on Gayton now.
Indeed he was, and
Bothered
now
him.
the strip, back down floor. Asias for Dada. Dada not able to convert at the rim, and Asias stayed
gotta be
right
careful.
on top in transition there. That one was Ayala getting his first action, and Ayala drew the foul as he got Asias to over-pursue.
Yeah, you got to give up. Once you miss that shot or the rebound, you got to get back and play defense. I'm not sure why they're shooting here. There's only 6 fouls on the board. Was that the 7th? This isn't a shooting foul yet. Officials got to get together on this.
Yeah, they're going to have to get together on the
Yeah,
counts.
it's
The
a loose
counts
ball
have been
foul.
a little off. We've gotten them settled down. The official table got their
Yep.
numbers settled, and
There
we
we
got
go.
ours settled, it looks like, as
There we
well.
go.
8-6 is what is showing. 8 called against the Red Raiders, 6 called against Leominster thus far in this first quarter. Both teams in the bonus the rest of the way for the remaining 2 minutes here until the theoretical mask break that is halftime. Gayton drops the bounce for Rivera. Rivera the drive, falling down on the play. Then Perez was spinning it on his head, and the ball comes loose to Graham. Cross court. This is Edmonds. Now Gayton, bounce, foul line. Ayala, face up. Tiptoes through the tulips, can't convert, but there's a foul on the rebounding action. They say it was on the shot, and Ayala's got 2 shots coming up.
And Ayala put a nice move on the defender there at the top of the key foul line. And nice head fake and got himself to the basket with 2 nice strides and a dribble. Nice job right there to draw the foul.
29-23, Leominster on top. 1:39 left here in the second quarter. Ayala shorts the first. Ayala accenting the brick red uniform of the Red Raiders with the combination we'll call goldenrod high tops there, Bill Thomas. You know me, I love the footwear.
We'll go with those.
Yeah,
I've seen some different
goldenrod,
colors out
golden
there.
yellow, if you will. Mustard yellow,
Mustard.
another option as well.
Let's go with mustard.
Gets the second one to go. Closes this to a 5-point basketball game. Final 90 seconds here of the second quarter. Asias spins, lost handle. He hit the basket support, uncalled, and the action continues.
We'll keep it.
My goodness, Leominster maintains possession. They got lucky on that one.
See if they can't make it pay.
Dada missed the shot. Rebounding action pulled down on the inside for Snoop Edmonds.
Couldn't pay off on that one. That was a free possession right
Whew,
there. For
was
Leominster.
it ever, Bill Thomas? That was obvious from where we were sitting. 1:10 to play here in the second quarter. This is Gayton. Now the foul line snap, Ayala. Ayala the take, tried the interior pass for Graham. 10 to shoot on the possession. Back to Ayala from Graham and lays it in and good as we go under a minute here in the second quarter.
Tell you, some tough interior passing right there. Fitchburg very successful though.
3-point basketball game. About a 15-second differential, shot clock to game clock. Inside, it's Tyson. Snap looking for Asias. And it was not touched by the Red Raiders. Ball back to Fitchburg. 41 6/10 left here in this second quarter. Leominster with the 3-point lead. Possession arrow favors Fitchburg.
See if
Differential's
Fitchburg
about
tries
10
to get
seconds.
2 possessions out of this. Or they're just going to work for that shot. Well,
That one
looks
bounced
like
off of
Leominster
a
took
high
that,
top.
Leominster took that choice away from him.
Indeed they did.
Gotta work,
Asias
work the clock right here, though. Don't give Fitchburg any extra time.
Asias got a little excited there and fired this one up floor. Now just a 1-second differential. Shot clock to game clock here. 15 to shoot on the possession. Delikiai, the hesitation. It doesn't go, but the tap, and that one won't go either. And then Asias will pull down the rebound. Shot clock off. 8 seconds left here in the second quarter. Dada, chance for a last shot here. Red Raiders increasing the pressure. Corner, 1 second. Asias the double clutch, and that one won't go. A flurry of action results in nothing at the end of the first half. Leominster on top of Fitchburg by a 29-26 mark here at the halftime mask break. Bill Thomas, what a first half of action.
A lot of action. And, you know, the points kind of slowed down there a little bit, but we were not for a lack of action. Back and forth, up and down the court, scoring a little slower there at the last couple of minutes, but a lot of opportunities for both sides. And as a result, we have a 3-point game here at the. What's this? This is the halftime mask break?
This is the
I've lost
halftime
track.
mask break.
The
Indeed it
halftime
is.
mask break.
29-26, Leominster on top of Fitchburg at the end of 2 quarters here from the gym at Leominster High School. Teams get together, they'll have a conversation. We'll step aside for a quick break and we'll be back with third quarter action. This is RFM. Back inside the gym at Leominster High School, and great to have you along with us here on Rivalry Family Media. Also joined with our partners from Leominster TV. You can find this one, facebook.com/Media Rivalry. Game will be available on demand, same day delay, coming up later on this evening by about 10 p.m. out on YouTube. You can search Rivalry Family Media on YouTube for that. Leominster TV's got you covered on Comcast, Verizon, all across the city of Leominster and across the Twin Cities for Verizon customers as well. 29-26, Leominster on top of Fitchburg as we get set to start the third quarter here inside the gym at Leominster High School. Shot up and will not go right away for Caputi, but the rebound down inside, and then there's a foul on the putback. And quickly, Red Raiders come firing out there. That was Marte who changes the complexion of things. Marte will go to the line. Just 11 seconds gone by here in the third quarter. And he hits the first on a line drive. Of note, Isaac Tyson picked up his third foul on that play, Bill Thomas, for Leominster. So Leominster could be having some trouble on the inside. He will head to the bench, and that means Nico Nivard, the sophomore, has to check in, and we'll see extended action playing that interior defensive position.
Yeah, and we'll have to see, losing that big man in the middle could end up hurting.
Marte hits back-to-back free throws to start the third quarter and brings the Red Raiders within one. Perez slowing down the action. Nivard will roll off a pick. Back to the top of the key, needs help. Guns baseline, Delikiai can't get the handle, and Gayton picks his pocket.
Great look right there, too, running that baseline, just couldn't hold on to that pass.
Inside drive, Caputi, push shot over the front of the rim is good, and the Red Raiders have reclaimed the lead in this basketball game. 30-29, Fitchburg, just a minute gone by here in the third. Viola seeing some of his first action tonight, and he stuttered the feet and walked with it. The ball back to Fitchburg. An unforced error there, Bill Thomas.
Yeah, it's going to happen. You get in the game, you get a little over anxious, but he'll calm down. He'll get his feet under him.
Marte will head to the bench after opening the scoring to bring the Red Raiders back within the lead of this basketball game. And Fitchburg works the half court. Rivera, season open three opportunity, and he hits it. And the Red Raider lead is 4.
Well, that turned around quick. 7 points to start this third quarter.
How about that? Perez drags the foot with the spin, deflected away by Caputi. Hits Rivera, flying down the floor. There's a late whistle for an offensive foul call. Woo-hoo. And the ball will go back the other way. It's a good call. Rivera had given the ball up, but his body momentum kept moving and crushed the defender who was standing square along the baseline.
Yeah, he had a good look right there, but he just couldn't stop his momentum. Nice outlet pass led to a three that at the whistle is not going to count.
I think Betsy
nice
Algarin.
Nice job right there taking that foul, though.
Betsy Algarin checking in with us out on Facebook says, great game, 2 exclamation points, go blue, 3 exclamation points. Tells you that people are enjoying the action. A flurry here in this one. Acias tried the turnaround from the left block. It didn't go, and the rebound down for Caputi. Up 4 through Edmonds into the corner, Gayton. And the Red Raiders will steady the floor. 6:10 to play here in the third. A 33-29 Fitchburg lead. Nice bounce inside. The touch from Graham for Caputi. Deflected out of bounds. It stays with Fitchburg.
Great 2-pass look right there. First that bounce past the interior, then the pass to the weak side there. Just couldn't convert. Nice look by Fitchburg, though, looking for that breaking player.
Now they'll have the inbound from in front of their bench. They'll bounce it for Graham. 2 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. 6 minutes left in quarter 3. 33-29. And Snoop Edmonds says, I can do this 3 thing. Too strong off the back rim. And the ball bounces to Dada. Dada back from Acias. Spin, foul line. Sets up Acias. Fires up the 3. Will not go. Now back down floor. Gayton tried the no-look. Picked by Acias. Back the other way for Delikiai. Let the defender blow by in Graham, and Delikiai finishes at the rim.
Nice job right there. Just slowing down a little bit. Let the momentum of the defender get him out of the play.
Here's the bounce inside. Edmonds for Thomas. Thomas covered tightly by Asias. He'll spin out of it, bounce it around to Graham. Through Gayton, into the corner for Edmonds. 10 to shoot on the possession. Ball kept alive by Thomas. Now the drive for Edmonds. The push shot doesn't go. Thomas back inbounds the rebound, and no, he's standing on the end line. 2 seconds on the shot clock. The ball was going back to Leominster, I think one way or another.
A lot of passing, a lot of chaotic passes in that little possession right there. Fitchburg just couldn't find that open shot.
Just under 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Fitchburg's lead is 33-31.
Give some credit to the Leominster defense on that possession too.
I would say about 3, maybe 4 lead changes, Bill Thomas, and that's been it. Perez completely lost the handle on that one. Right back down floor, Thomas tried to finish at the rim, doesn't. The follow-up rebound for Graham, and Dada buries Graham on the play.
A lot of physical action right there. I'm not sure who Perez was passing that ball to. Maybe the coach, but there was no Leominster player there.
Yeah, it was one of those cases, I think,
just,
in his mind, he had another plan.
He knew what he wanted to do.
Yep.
Just player wasn't where he thought he was going to be.
Graham's got 2 shots coming from the line. The lefty can't get that one to roll. 4:37 to play here in the third quarter. Fitchburg's lead is 33-31. As we've mentioned on previous broadcasts, and we do apologize, there is a hostile link that has been posted there. Do not click it, please. That is most definitely clickbait. Please stay away from that link that has been posted. We'll get it taken care of at the next stoppage in play that we can possibly get free. But again, stay away from that link that has been posted. Here's the drive. Delikiai now steps back, top of the key. Leominster chasing 3 halfway through this third quarter. McCormick, the drive, slashes the right side of the lane with 5 to shoot. He draws the foul, and the freshman McCormick has 2 coming from the line.
Good interior defense right there by Fitchburg, though, cutting Duda off, who tried to make that spin move. Dada. Todd, I need a tutorial in names.
Names and pronunciations, Bill Thomas?
And then I need to have that tutorial done over again. And then over again. Because you can tell me the name and 5 minutes later I'm going to butcher it backwards.
No worries there. Hey, we're giving our best effort to get it out there. It's taken a number of years and a number of carvings, if you will, in order to get to the name pronunciation deal.
And they keep changing.
Indeed they do. As McCormick gets the second one to go. And right back down the floor, a 3-pointer for Gayton puts another 3 on the Red Raiders side of the board. 37-32, their lead now 5. Asias, the spin in the lane, doesn't go. Red Raiders collide on the rebound. Kenny Marte does a nice job to create the space and come out with the basketball.
Good job right there. Protecting the basketball after that rebound.
Indeed, that one got deflected out of play.
So I got Gayton for 5 3-pointers right now, leading all scorers.
And then some, Bill Thomas, and then some. He thought about that one. That one was beyond VL.
He was on the bench, wasn't he?
My, good grief. Meanwhile, Caputi takes the jumper from the foul line, battle at the baseline. Everybody pointed that they owned it, and the last touch was Leominster. Fitchburg keeps the basketball. 3:38 to play here in the third. Fitchburg nursing the 5-point lead. Gayton cross court. Finds Edmonds. Edmonds says, "You're going to give it to me, I'll take it." He rolls it off the front rim, and the rebound for Dada as he comes passing through. Dada down floor for Delikiai in the corner. Now back to McCormick. McCormick, the kick off the drive, and Dada was moving before he had it, and Coach Kevin Grutchfield has had enough. He'll take a timeout here. 3:17 to play here in the third quarter. A 37-32 lead for the Red Raiders right now.
I've been trying to do some math, Todd. See if I can't give you some rough halftime stats.
Absolutely.
I know we're almost through this third quarter, but on the Leominster side of the ball, I had Mosen for 4. These are halftime stats. Nevad with 3. McCormick with, looks like 3. Asias with 5. Tyson with 5. Dada with 4. And Delikiai with 6. And don't do that math because it might not add up to what you're looking at. On the Fitchburg side, Rivera with 5, Gayton with 9, and he's since tossed in 2 more three-pointers. Graham with 3, Ayala with 3, and Mate with 4. And that gives us a random total close to what Fitchburg had at the half.
Roughly speaking. If you're just joining us here on the broadcast, Kate is on assignment. We call that parent-teacher conferences in the education industry. So she is not able to be here right now as she is doing her day job. So Bill and I muddle along as we continue here on the broadcast tonight. But it's great to have you with us. Rivalry week wrapping up here, Fitchburg and Leominster. It's been a fantastic battle tonight. We're not done yet. There's a whole lot more basketball excitement to come. We're looking forward to it here as we continue inside the gym at Leominster High School. And Bill Thomas, we hope this is only the beginning of the rivalry in this COVID-modified 2020-2021 season, if you will, a wraparound 4-season year with all the COVID modifications. Volleyball and football are up next in the next window if everything continues to progress. And hopefully we'll get a chance to see a little Leominster-Fitchburg action in both of those sports as well.
Well, we were pretty disappointed in the spring pods. They did the right thing now, and any pod that doesn't include Fitchburg and Leominster, they need to reconsider.
Needs a pencil and eraser. Under 3 minutes to play here in the third. Fitchburg's lead is 5. Leominster has got to avoid trying to do too much on these possessions, Bill Thomas.
Yeah, they got to look for that good shot. Still plenty of game left here.
Asias bounces it for Tyson, 7 to shoot. Count that basket as Caputi comes back in and commits the foul.
Nice job by Tyson right there. You know, he's been, I'm going to guess he's been working on his putback skills and his around the basket skills, and he's refining them, showing a lot more polish tonight around the basket on those putbacks and using the backboard.
Tyson short on that one, but Perez the rebound, and it's a 2-for-1 as Perez pushes that one in and brings Leominster back within 1.
Similar to what Fitchburg did in the first quarter. Good offensive rebound.
Right back down floor, Gayton lines up a 3 and finishes.
His 6th of the game, 3rd this quarter.
Oh my, you know, you get the 10th one free, Bill Thomas. Keep punching that card, George Gayton.
You find the range.
Fitchburg's lead is 4 at 40 to 36. 2 minutes left here in the third. Delakiai shovels. Tyson, the spin, can't finish. Marte will run down the loose ball rebound. And Gayton with it, and Gayton is just strutting the floor, Bill Thomas, trying to find the spot.
Oh, nice hand by Tyson right there.
Now battle for the ball. You think they want it? Rivera scoops it forward and keeps it alive. Finds Edmonds. Now Rivera back in the play for a 3, and he hits! And he deserved to finish that one, Bill Thomas.
Yeah, he got in the middle of that defensively at midcourt, ends up cashing in on the other end.
Right back down floor. Asias double pumped and got caught underneath the rim. 1:20 to play here in the third. A 43-36 Fitchburg lead. And Rivera scrambling a little out of control, draws the foul as he collides in the body on the inside. And they will bill this one against, it looked like 23 was the call, Bill Thomas.
Yep.
That one's going to go against Asias, his second.
So we got on inbounds over here.
Matt Spinelli checking in with us out there on Facebook tonight, and he says number 3, referring to, of course, George Gayton, is on fire.
That he is, I agree. Quiet in the first quarter, but made his presence known in the second and third, that's for sure.
He has, and we got a bucket, Bill Thomas, in our equipment as that one gets thrown out of play.
I'll give him 2.
Tough kind of connection on that pass there again. Trying to move before you got possession of the ball.
You know, Leominster's got to show some patience here. Fitchburg's quietly extended this lead to 7 here. As this third quarter winds down. You need some points here as this quarter closes out.
Perez finally found an inbound spot. Final minute here of the third quarter. Perez now for Dada. 15 to shoot on the possession.
Nice strong 2-3 zone right here. Nothing on the interior. Leominster being patient.
Asias, the drive, split. Tyson sees Dada coming, hits him with the pass, can't get it to finish. Battle for the rebound. Graham wanted it more.
Nice job breaking that zone down, though.
Rivera out for Gayton. Now Rivera, 3 in the right corner. Side rim, no. Rebound down for Delakiai. 2-second differential, shot clock to game clock or thereabout, and then a foul coming over the half-court spot.
Not a bad foul. Good chance for a steal there, maybe. Not a lot of fouls this quarter. Both teams right halfway to the bonus.
26 seconds flat left here in quarter number 3. Shot clock is off. Inside, Tyson tried to find a flashing Dada. It got stripped away by Rivera. In transition, Gayton at the rim. Can't finish, but a nice follow there and finish for Darnell Thomas.
Johnny on the spot with that offensive putback. Good hustle down the floor right there to be in position.
Final 5 seconds here of the third quarter. Tyson, corner, Delachiai. 3 is good if it goes. Rolls out, no good. 3 quarters are done here at the gym at Leominster High School. Fitchburg reclaims the lead in the third quarter and then opens it wide. It's Fitchburg 45 and Leominster 36 going into the fourth and final quarter.
And I think Guyton outscored Leominster all by himself in that quarter right there. If he had 3 3-pointers for 9, Leominster, I think, was at 29 to start that quarter. So definitely all Fitchburg to start that quarter. Addition to the 9 that Guyton threw in. Rivera tossed in a 3-pointer. Some help there from the outside by Thomas with a deuce. And looks like Caputi had 2, couple foul shots from Mate. And Fitchburg's found itself with a 9-point lead here after 3 quarters. 12-point turnaround there in that third quarter.
And quite frankly, Bill Thomas,
not a lot to talk about on the Leominster side.
No,
that was a short quarter.
Got quiet in that
quarter.
Third quarter. No question about that.
Very
and
quiet
Fitchburg
quarter.
took advantage of it. And we said it off the top of the broadcast. If Leominster takes their foot off the gas, if they don't convert, if they leave open the opportunities for Fitchburg, they have the shooters, they have the tools to bomb their way back into the basketball game, and they did that and then some in the third quarter.
Well, definitely when it comes to Gayton, George has really been lighting it up, and our viewers has noticed that as well as we have here. And he's had a couple that rival NBA threes, and he's definitely not bashful. And when you're feeling it, you're feeling it, whether it's half court or from the foul line. He's got 6 of them tonight.
As they set up for this fourth and final quarter, the all-important fourth and final. Leominster will have possession, half court to our left, going right to left, as they get the masks set up here to start the fourth quarter. 45-36, Fitchburg's lead. Final 8 minutes here of regulation. Asias with the inbounds.
Leominster has to be patient here. Not going to get this lead, cut down in one possession.
Dada for Tyson. And then Delachiai right back on the give and go, and Tyson lost the handle. Red Raider basketball, and Bill Thomas, that was all about defense. Rivera on the front, Graham on the other side.
Yeah, and it looked like Tyson was going to have a lane there in the baseline, got sealed off, and once again, good defense by the Red Raiders, absolutely.
20 seconds gone by here in the fourth. Gayton, back top of the key now, Rivera to Edmonds. They play catch, sets up a Gayton 3, and finishes at the rim again. Oh, my. Bill Thomas cannot miss. He's your GameStop stock right now out there on the floor.
He is.
Oh,
he's hot. He is hot. He's on fire.
Wow. And the foul inside, they call it on 4. This would be Edmonds' build for the foul.
Foul on the floor, it looks like.
And so Leominster will have an inbound opportunity here. 7:16 to play here in the fourth, trailing 48-36. And now, of course, Bill Thomas, when you have that kind of a shooter who can just keep opening up the lead, it makes scoring on every possession that much more important.
Yeah, because Fitchburg can work the clock now and just look for that outside shot, and you got that hot hand. You could ride that for a quarter. I'll have to see how Leominster counters right here.
Dada with the sweet spin, denied on the inside by Graham. Coach Crutchfield wanted a foul call, didn't get it. Back down floor, a tip in transition. Leominster with it back. Moisen, the touch to Perez. No finish at the rim. Scramble back and forth we go. The touchdown floor. Gayton finds Snoop Edmonds, who finishes at the rim and puts the Red Raiders over the 50 mark.
Leominster missed a good opportunity right there. Nice bounce pass, but Perez could not finish at the rim, and Fitchburg turns it right around for 2.
Asias for Perez.
It's that hustle down court.
Perez got some room, created a mid-range jumper, and rattles it home. 50-38, Red Raiders with the lead, and a timeout taken on the floor. And Coach Kevin Grudgefield's using his timeout to have a conversation with the officials.
I'm not sure what he's looking for, but he's not going to slow down from Gayton by talking to the officials. They got to put somebody on him if you're going to run. You're going to run a zone, run a box, and a man on him. You got to run something a little different on him because he's just eating you up.
Call your friends, call your family. If you're in the Twin Cities and you enjoy this rivalry, this game's not over yet. A huge finish coming here on Rivalry Family Media and with our partners at Leominster TV as well. Facebook.com/Media Rivalry, Verizon, Comcast across the Twin Cities as well. And yes, this game will be available coming up on YouTube later on this evening. Same day on-demand coverage. Search youtube.com, search Rivalry Family Media. Like and subscribe today.
You know, just to reflect a little bit more on what George Gayton's doing tonight, I think I saw in my pregame notes he had 12 three-pointers, and that was leading the pod. And I have him for 7 tonight, Todd. And he's just having, one of those once-in-a-season games, man. I'm going to guess he's shooting well over 50% from the three-point line. He's lighting it up.
I'll expand your notes a little bit, Bill Thomas, thanks to Coach McCall. He was averaging 18.6 points per game coming into this one. He had 15 three-pointers in 3 games.
Well, he's definitely found that magic touch and continue it tonight.
22 to this point, plus some more to come. Down floor, through the middle, it's Thomas. Got a nice feed from Rivera, laid it in and good.
Leominster lazy down the court right there. It's the only way to describe what happened on that fast break.
Brandon Beltray checking in with us. He said Red Raiders on top.
Big block right there.
Indeed. Coming back down floor.
All over the court, the Red Raiders are, both ends.
Gayton with the swing, and a travel called along the end line. And the ball will go back to Leominster. 2 minutes into this fourth quarter. 52-38, Fitchburg on top. And my, does that lead feel a lot bigger.
It keeps expanding slowly. Fitchburg's doing a great job of controlling the second half.
Moising got an open look, too strong. Rebound down on the inside for Snoop Edmonds. Gayton finds Rivera. Tipped right along, straight away, and then pocket picked by Asias. To Dada, up floor, pay it off, swatted away. Clean block on the inside there for Snoop Edmonds, who scrambled back in the play.
Scramble for sure. Good hustle there. Trailing that play, never gave up. Closed quickly at the end. Nice block out of bounds.
5:31 to play here in the fourth. 52-38, Fitchburg's lead. Perez for Dada. Dada the jumper, left side of the lane, doesn't go. Delakiai the rebound. They take it to the floor together. Alternate possession favors the red and gray.
Good aggressive move right there. Red Raider diving in on that rebound. Couldn't control it, but possession now favors the Red Raiders.
And they'll have the long court in front. Leominster steps up to this full court, call it full court man. Screen and roll off here. Graham will find Rivera. Rivera steps on the gas. Lost the handle to Dada for Asias. Asias down floor, and this time makes good on it.
That time he closes, protected the ball nicely. Oh, nice
and
step
picked
in
right
front.
back. Perez, a three, and he hits. And now a timeout. Coach James McCall says we got to stem the tide. 4:54 to play here in the fourth. And it's 52-43. Red Raiders maintaining the lead, and the Blue Devils bombing their way back into the basketball game.
Quick 5 points right there, but getting it down to under 10, single digits, and you talk about possessions. You can turn this game around. We saw how quickly, the 3-pointers fell out of the sky for Gayton. We got a couple on the Leominster side, too, who can bomb away like that. But I got to tell you, even though they gave up that 5 right there real quick, Fitchburg's still doing a great job of controlling the second half.
And you said, Bill Thomas, off the top, it may be more about the defense than it is about the offense. In this case, that was defense creating offensive opportunities, and then you have to pay it off. Leominster's made some great plays on defense and haven't finished at the rim. Get the pick there, hit a 3, which would be ill-advised with nobody down floor underneath the basket. If you can hit it, go for it. Perez did.
Well, they've been earning the paycheck. They just haven't been able to cash it on
That's
some
right.
of these, turnover possessions and opportunities around the rim. But still plenty of time left, almost 5 minutes. Have to see if Leominster's defense can't lead them back into this game, because that's what it's going to take. You need stops at this point.
GPL checks in with us, says, yes, sir, B. Perez. Coming out of the timeout here, right back down floor. Rivera couldn't finish at the rim. Battle for the rebound. Edmonds out with it. Edmonds protects the ball, and the foul for the reach-in called against Leominster.
Nice job right there. Trying to get a held ball, just couldn't quite get it. Edmonds pulled away, gets the reach-in foul.
Caputi will check into the game.
Yep. No foul shots yet. Players a little confused. This is on the floor.
Yeah, Coach McCall wanted a shooting foul. They say it was on the floor. 4:47 to play here in the fourth. A 52-43 Fitchburg lead. This is Rivera. And Asias goes in for the tie-up and gets the tie-up.
Quick hands right there.
Indeed.
Nice turnover.
Held ball and right back to Leominster.
Right in front of us.
4:43 to play here in the fourth. Leominster's got the ball back and a chance for a 2-for-1. Asias crosses over. Foul line. Took a walk with it. Fed it back to Dada. Dada couldn't convert. And the rebound down for Caputi.
Another opportunity at the rim. Can't finish. Missed opportunity is going to be the story of the game, I think, for Leominster.
Gayton's got the basketball. Yes, he's standing at midcourt. If he's in the gym, he's a threat. Lost the handle. Edmonds got a little too fancy, but recovered. Guns, baseline. Lost handle. Last touch, Dada. Fitchburg keeps the basketball. 6 to shoot on the possession.
Fitchburg a little frantic right there. Leominster doing a good job of keeping the pressure on, taking those outside shots away. Taking Gayton out of the play, too, at the same time.
Bill Thomas, this is the kind of energy you've been waiting for all season long, and we've been treated to a dandy tonight.
Nice give and go right there.
Indeed.
Just can't convert.
And swatted away by Moisten on a second opportunity, and the shot clock went off, but right back down floor they go. It's Asias, the drive to the rim, plays it in and good.
Shot clock didn't bother him coming down. A lot of times you'll see the player hesitate. Never broke stride.
Asias with the tip again, and another steal.
Right in front of us again. He's
Another
all over the
2-for-1 opportunity. Perez finds Delichiai, swatted away by Caputi. Says not today. Leominster will keep possession.
Wow.
3:42 to play here in the fourth. 52-45. Fitchburg with the lead. Asias for Delichiai. Right hand look for 3. Too strong. Rebound down for Graham. And Graham avoids the pick from Moisten. Up floor, wide open Edmonds. He missed it at the rim. And then Moisten will swat it away. Fitchburg will keep the basketball. Just about fresh shot clock, 28 to shoot.
Talk about a missed opportunity for Fitchburg, and but a nice defensive recovery by Leominster.
Edmonds, spin in the lane,
makes up
delayed
for it.
and finished. 54-45. Dada, drive left side of the lane. Graham gives up the body and swats it away.
Where did he come from? I think he looked like he jumped out of the rafters. Heck of a play right there by Graham. Giving up his body, like you said, Todd. Football play right there.
Graham with the enthusiasm, we'll say, post-play. He made the swat and let him know about it. Good job by these. This is a young officiating crew by Central Massachusetts standards, Bill Thomas, and I'll tell you, they've done a fantastic job managing this basketball game and the enthusiasm and the energy of this rivalry.
I agree. They've kept the foul calls down to a minimum. They've kept the players under control. Just a good job just maintaining control but letting the players play up to this point.
Asias all over on the inside, and it forces another pick. Asias finds Dada, soft hands, laid in and good.
Asias is all over the court here in this fourth quarter. You know, single-handedly he's trying to will the Blue Devils back into this game.
And a timeout taken on the floor by Leominster. 2:51 to play here in the fourth. 54-47. Fitchburg's lead here inside the gym at Leominster High School. It's great having you along with us tonight, and I know for those fans, parents at home, desperately wanting to be here, we hope we've done our level best to have you feel the energy that has been inside this gym at Leominster High School tonight. It's great to have you along with us. Todd Robbins, Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins on assignment tonight. But it's been a fantastic game to this point, and Bill Thomas, I think we're going to be treated to an exciting finish here in the final 3 minutes.
Well, it's everything we come to expect when Fitchburg and Leominster matches up. And like I say, I was disappointed they weren't matching up in the fall pod. But the MIAA came to their senses and decided where the rivalries are and where they need to continue. Seeing a great example of it tonight. We'll have to see if Leominster can maintain. They chipped another 2 points off that lead last time we had a break in the action. They're keeping the pressure on, but Fitchburg is still keeping their foot on the gas pedal here. They're not hesitating, still taking it to the hoop. Going to be a pretty exciting 2 minutes and 51 seconds here left in this ball game.
Fouls to give on both sides. Fitchburg has committed 5 fouls. Leominster just 4 to this point here in the second half. Alternate possession favors the Red Raiders on a tie-up.
And let's talk something about fouls, Todd. Go back to that double foul. I don't think it changed the atmosphere of the game, but I think it woke the players up to, hey, let's play basketball, let's have good basketball, but let's not get crazy.
Asias again with the soft hands, but Rivera does a good job to steady and recover.
He has quick reflexes.
Rivera kept the drive under a shot, battle on the inside, Perez comes out with it. Then for Dada. Dada for Delici. Delici, the stutter drive, kick back, Dada, an open look at 3. Back rim, big rebound, and it's pulled down this time by Edmonds. Immediately up floor for Rivera. The drive, kick, tipped in. Asias tried to keep it alive and couldn't do it. Out of bounds, ball back to Fitchburg. 24 to shoot, 2:20 to play here in the fourth quarter.
Did Coach find a second Asias to put in the game? Because I'm telling you, he has his hands on every possession. He's involved in every pass, and he's doing it down on the offensive end of the court, either assist-wise or scoring.
Rivera tried to kick it inside. He was looking for Caputi, couldn't do it. Tip basketball. This is Moisen. Moisen bounces to Dada on the right block, and Dada will finish at the rim.
Nice look right there off of that fast break. That bounce pass is always the way to go.
And Leominster keeps the pressure on, coming back in transition. Final 2 minutes here of the fourth quarter. 54-49. Fitchburg with the lead. Graham feeds Edmonds. Gets a screen from Caputi. Edmonds around the back. No basket. No basket. Walk called.
And you see what's going on in the offensive end. Delici is just inside Gayton's shirt. Everywhere he goes, Delici is glued to him.
Final 90 seconds here of regulation. 54-49. Asias in the air. Graham has to foul. And Asias has got 2 shots coming from the line.
Showing that aggressiveness now. I tell you, he's feeling on both ends of the court. See if he can't make this pay off.
Bill Thomas, watching what's going on here on social media, watching the back and forth. Matt Spinelli says the Red Raiders are on the road to the playoffs. They're going to have a streak. This one's in the bag, he says. Meanwhile, the Blue Devils coming back at them, cheering on their fans. It's fantastic to watch the second screen as well.
I wouldn't know if I'd go in the bag yet, but no,
I love the enthusiasm.
It's a comfortable lead.
That's what this rivalry does.
A two-possession game right now.
As Asias catches the second and makes it a 4-point basketball game. Rivera, drive and kick. Caputi, stutter, and he got caught. Whistles, foul is on the floor. This one will go against Leominster.
Leominster still with fouls to give, too, so they can continue to be aggressive.
Alternate possession on the reset still favors Fitchburg. Fitchburg has 1 foul to give, Leominster 2 fouls to give before they put the opposition in the bonus. Rivera finds Caputi in the left corner. Working on Perez, then for Moisen. Graham, nifty play, tip, it stayed in along the sideline. Moisen to the rim, got the angle, laid it in and good. And a timeout taken on the floor. 1:10 to play here in the fourth quarter. And we've got a one-possession basketball game.
I tell you, great defensive play over there. And then I'm not sure, I think that was Rivera tried to bounce it off of the player, and it stayed in bounds somehow. Two good heads-up plays there. That second attempt to knock the ball out of bounds off Leominster failed, and they bring it right down court on a fast break.
And you talk about Bill Thomas, just the little bounces that can go either way. It was Graham who tried to make the bang off of Moisen. The ball kept bouncing, and then Moisen had the presence of mind to see the ball come loose along that right sideline and take off with it down the floor. And then he got his body physically too deep underneath and somehow was able to reach back with the long arms, laying in and good, and bring us to a 54-52 Red Raider 2-point lead.
Well, I think he was as shocked as anybody that the ball didn't go out of bounds after it got bounced off his thigh. It just kind of died right at his feet. Great job right there to turn it around to an offensive possession and score.
See a former Blue Devil checking in, an alum checking in. It's Liam Conacher who
Hey,
says,
Liam. Hi, Liam.
Fitchburg can't handle the pressure. Meanwhile, the Red Raiders come right back down the floor. As Tracy Bouchard-Donato says, Fitchburg's got to take care of the ball. You've got this, boys. So fantastic to see the participation out there. I love it. Loud, proud, and positive, Bill Thomas. That's the way we like our rivalry audiences.
I tell you, and that's what we get when they're here, too. Rambunctious, but I've never had a bad experience with the Fitchburg-Leominster crowd.
Final $1.07 left here in the fourth. Fitchburg nursing now a 2-point lead out of the timeout. This one was tipped at the mid-court. Rivera went back and corralled it. Under a minute to play here in the fourth. Final 50 seconds, 10 to shoot.
Leominster man-to-man all over the court right here.
Graham gave up his dribble, lost inside Rivera. 4 on the shot clock, now 3. Coach McCall screaming, and there's the shot clock violation. That is a defensive shot clock violation there. Fantastic job by Leominster. Forced the turnover.
And I love this change-up to the man-to-man. They are in every uniform, Red Raiders out there on the court. No place to go with that ball.
And
Great
timeout on
right
the
there.
floor, taken by the Red Raiders. 39 3/10 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. It's Fitchburg 54 and Leominster 52. Oh,
so what kind of strategy are you talking to? When I hear him talk about 2-for-1, 2-for-1, I'm like, oh, don't rush that first shot. Blue Devils got 9.3 seconds if they want to try to get something in the first 4 or 5 seconds, but do you force something so you get that last possession? But you might be in a 2-possession ball game. I don't know. I think you bring the clock down here and you go for that tie, and then you play defense in the last 6 to 8 seconds. But that's why we're over here in the armchair quarterback, and then the coaches are over there.
The key to this, Bill Thomas, is points.
You've
got
to get
have
points out of this.
on this possession.
Right.
There's no chance
Don't
to
think
consider
ahead to that second
going to the second
possession.
possession. You've
It's not
got to
gonna
have
do you any
points
good.
on this possession, or you've got to draw the foul and get some free throws out of the deal, which Leominster would get free throws on any form of foul. Fitchburg's been called for 6 thus far, so Leominster is indeed in the bonus the rest of the way. Meanwhile, Fitchburg would need 2 fouls from Leominster to get themselves some automatic free throws.
Leominster can still play defense in your uniform defense here, but they've been doing a great job of it in this third quarter, but they need 2 points right here at the very least. Turn this into a keep it a 1 possession or a tie game.
For Delachiai. The differential is about 9 seconds, shot clock to game clock.
Obviously going for the good shot right here.
Here's the drive and the foul. It was a push on the inside. They weren't going to let Dada get loose, so they're going to put the foul on the board. It will be the 7th called against the Red Raiders. It's a 1 plus a bonus opportunity, also known as a chance to tie for Justin Dada at the line, with 27 and 9/10 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Tell you, Leominster's done a good job battling back from that 14-point deficit, and they've put themselves in possession. See if they can't pay off.
Dada, too strong on the
follow up
first.
that shot.
Battle for the rebound. Graham runs it down. Graham up floor for Rivera. About a 6-second differential, shot clock to game clock. The ball was tipped. Perez thought it last touched a Red Raider. It did not. Fitchburg keeps the basketball. 23 seconds flat. Shot clock is off. Red Raiders with a 2-point lead.
You got to pick somebody to foul here at some point.
Dada tried to give it. There was a bit of a delay. No! Offensive foul call!
Wrap around. He had his arm around him. Wow.
Dada was trying to give the foul. They called a scoop and push on Scoop Edmonds.
He's tried to ward him off.
Oh,
yeah, use that forearm.
And the ball goes back.
Use that forearm, try to ward him off instead of just taking the foul. He's trying to dribble it out.
And that is 5 fouls on Snoop Edmonds. He has fouled out of the basketball game. The 8th foul against the Red Raiders as a team on the reset. Leominster's in the bonus the rest of the way. They have 2 fouls to give defensively. Alternate possession arrow favors the Red Raiders. 17 and 4/10 seconds left here in the 4th.
Playing for the win of the tie, Todd. What are you doing?
Tie the basketball game.
Tie the game.
Get points on the possession.
Got to drive the lane, I think.
Asias was the hot hand, at least on the defensive end. Here's the drive. 6 seconds. Perez gets the open look. Back rim, no. Battle for the rebound. Dribbled out. Up with the shot. Moisen, no. And that is it. A final defensive swat. And the Red Raiders are victorious. 54-52. The Red Raiders make the defensive play they needed at the end. A final swat to finish this one off.
I tell you, Fitchburg came up big right there at the end, that defensive stop. Blue Devils had about 12, 13 seconds to play with right there, ran the clock down, but it's all about rebounding.
Coach Kevin Grudgefield, Coach James McCall, even with all the COVID protocols, they found each other and they congratulated one another on this one. 54-52, Fitchburg a win here at the gym at Leominster High School. The Red Raiders sweep Rivalry Week.
Back-to-back wins, something to really pump up that program over at Fitchburg. I think come playoff time, we might see these 2 teams as part of the 14 playoff. We'll have to see. We can only hope that these teams match up again, going forward. But a great game tonight. Even when both teams took big leads, the team that was behind found a way to battle back, get themselves back into the game, and came down to that last possession, which we very well come to expect in these types of competitions.
And Bill Thomas, we had probably one of the best observations we saw, and this came from a couple of Fitchburg fans who pointed out that, quote-unquote, 23 for Leominster. They're referring to Warren Asias, made the difference in that basketball game. Leominster was back on their heels. They were buried in a hole, and all of a sudden, Asias, with the defensive plays, created the opportunity. Leominster converted them down the floor. They got themselves within 2. They couldn't close the distance any tighter than that.
Yeah, and not only was he making the plays defensively, very disruptive there, especially at half court and challenging the ball handler out here, whoever was running the point. But he also chipped in with 5 points in that quarter too, and just very aggressive at both ends of the court. Great to see him. I think was he one of the players that got his first start tonight, and it really paid. He cashed that paycheck, and I fully expect him to see him in the starting lineup going forward. That's how you earn your way in to additional playing time, and he did a great job of it tonight. See a player out here taking a picture of the scoreboard, and that's what this is all about. It's about memories.
Absolutely.
And, a picture says 1,000 words.
In a COVID world, Bill Thomas, with all the modifications in the world, we say it every night. It's about the fact that we had a game here tonight, but just for a few minutes, just for a couple of hours, we hope that everyone felt like maybe the world was just a little more normal. The red, gray, and the blue and white came together to play.
I was hoping you're going to use that in word normal. That's what we need, and not the new normal. Don't give me that back-to-back, okay? This is normal. This is what we come to expect, and we got it tonight.
54-52, Red Raiders victorious here at the gym at Leominster High School. They improved their record to 3-3 overall in this COVID-modified season. Leominster falls to 4-2, the 2 losses to the arch rival this week. We take a break. We'll continue on here on RFM. Post-game interview with Coach Kevin Grudgefield coming up courtside. Stay with us. This is RFM.
We clear for a little bit?
Back inside the gym at Leominster High School. Happy to have you along with us. Joined now courtside by Leominster head coach Kevin Grutchfield. Coach, a 54-52 loss to the Red Raiders tonight. Certainly, a second loss this week to the arch rival, not something that you were looking for. But definitely, the thing that stood out here on this broadcast, how far you fell behind in the second half, and then how your defense played you back into this basketball game.
Yeah, I mean, and I just told my guys I was proud of them. They showed me, the heart of a lion there those last 3 or 4 minutes. We could have quit, and we just kept working, and we got some turnovers, and we got some easy buckets. We played a lot of zone tonight, and we wanted Fitchburg to see if they could make those shots, and to their credit, they made those shots. I mean, they're a good team. They came to play tonight. I give them a lot of respect for the way they beat us tonight.
Particularly, of course, you got to look in the first half to George Gayton. He found a way, 9 straight points on 3 straight possessions. It didn't bring them all the way back into the basketball game, but it certainly put you all on notice that was the shooter you guys were going to be looking for.
Absolutely, and we knew it. We knew that he's a weapon for them, and we tried to get a hand up, and we tried. His range is so deep; it's unusually deep for a high school kid. And he was a dominant force tonight.
You use marks on the floor to kind of indicate distance, and all of a sudden when somebody's spotting up for a three-pointer standing on the L's that are on the floor, we don't usually see that kind of distance like you're referring to.
And he's a special talent. You don't see a shooter like that at this level very often. So, yeah, great effort by Fitchburg tonight.
We made a reference to your defense, and, of course, we got to give credit to Warren Asias, got his first start tonight, joining that starting 5. He was that key player, really energizing that defense. The soft hands, the touch, being able to reach, go in for a tie-up and not commit a foul, all those things down the stretch. Speak to his experience tonight.
Yeah, he's been slowly improving every day in practice. We've been giving him some quality minutes here and there, and he really changes the game when he's in there. He can get turnovers. He can slash to the basket. He can hit the wide open 3 if it's there. And we kind of sensed that we were going to need his athleticism tonight. I like the energy he gives us. I like the points that he gave us tonight. He's going to be great for us down the stretch.
No question about that. We talked about how this season schedule stacked up, and it was kind of strange where you and Fitchburg, it turned out, almost had opposite starts. You all started with the Narragansett and Gardner, who, if you were to rank the pod maybe at the beginning, struggling a little bit more coming into this year than maybe in Oakmont and Quabbin. How did that experience through the first few weeks set you up to all of a sudden go into this game against the Red Raiders on Monday? The temperature went, I would say, from 0 to 60 very quickly.
Absolutely, and you can't simulate the kind of pressure that Fitchburg was putting on our guys tonight. With all due respect to Gardner and Narragansett, they don't have the athletes to do that. So we kind of get a false sense of our abilities, I think, and then it comes back to haunt you when you're not battle tested. And you're in a pressurized situation like this, and we almost came back and we almost pulled through, but yeah, it's the scheduling is huge, and a lot of it depends on who you play, and then who's playing, who's injured, who's not, and Fitchburg's going to be a tough out. If we get to that pod tournament, they're going to be a tough out.
And, it's one of those things where during a normal, we'll call it traditional year, we talk about the schedule and the importance of, as you said, being battle-tested and your schedule building to a certain crescendo at some point. And you don't have a lot of time to study that. And, of course, because every year is the same as seemingly every other year,
right,
you're always looking at where does that set you up to be down the road. This year is kind of a strange experimental opportunity to be able to look at just how true that is and how things being set up geographically changes the quality of the opponents. You don't have the ability to stack your schedule so that it builds to that crescendo,
right,
and all of a sudden you find yourself in this case, and now it's not like things get easier. You
right,
now get the other half of this pod with Oakmont and Quabbin, who have 2 great basketball teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Oakmont is in a class by themselves. I mean, they have size and they have quickness, and they're a very good basketball team. But I love that Fitchburg sort of beat us up a little bit these last 2 games, and they sort of have gotten us ready for what we're about to see. So we just got to get back to practice, and we got to have a couple of good practices, and then it's back to work on Monday, and we'll see what happens.
And I know you love a good challenge, Coach. You're coming off of 2 tough losses this week. You have 1 practice, and then it's Oakmont here in the gym on Monday.
true, but rest is important, and then we'll get a ton of shots up on Sunday, and then we'll be ready to go Monday.
Coach, we're looking forward to seeing it next week. Leominster head coach Kevin Grudgefield, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks.
We'll continue on here courtside.
Okay. Hi, Kate.
Thank you, Coach. See you later there, Coach. And we'll continue on. More to come inside the gym at Leominster High School. A final word as we continue here. This is RFM. Continuing on here inside the gym at Leominster High School, we thank you so much for sticking with us here as it has been a dandy of an evening here. Todd Robbins, Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins out on assignment. We thank you so very much for being a part of this one here tonight. A 54-52 Fitchburg win over Leominster, sweeping the regular season, COVID modified, although it may be, over the Blue Devils. 2 wins over the arch rival this week for the red and gray. That's a fantastic story in and of itself. Bill Thomas, the numbers speak for themselves, but before we get to the numbers, let's talk about Coach Kevin Grudgefield for a moment. He talked about it. He talked about it, with his players. He knew that Gayton was the guy to go looking for. They had prepared around it, and then you know what? An athlete sometimes just makes the plays when they need it.
Well, playing defense, you can only follow him so far out, you think. He just kept stepping back, stepping back. He's over here on the L. He's almost in the center jump circle at one point from center court. But what they did do in the fourth quarter was they went to a tight man-to-man. And it kind of paid off. I think Gayton had 1 3-pointer in the fourth quarter, but he led all scorers nonetheless. But they found a way to slow him down, and I think it kind of took Fitchburg out of their rhythm, and that's how Leominster, ate into that 14-point lead and turned it into a one possession with a chance to tie there at the buzzer. So good job by Leominster, but just not quite good enough. They let Fitchburg get out a little too far, and it was all really based on the outside shooting of George Gayton. He really lit it up tonight.
And, the big difference in this basketball game, when you look at the physicality that was out on the floor, the Red Raiders physically imposing. You saw that right from warm-ups, Bill Thomas. They were strong athletes, quick athletes, and they're older athletes. Leominster's got a lot of young players that are still growing into their bodies and trying to figure out who they're going to be when they grow up, for lack of a way of phrasing it. They will continue to steadily improve, get better as they age. But right now, the Red Raiders, Coach Garfield said it, they're going to be a tough out.
Oh, they are, and their senior leadership definitely rose to the top tonight, and they're off to a 3-3 stop at that. The first 3 losses to really what was we come to find out is part of the iron of this pod. Might have played out well for them going forward because, they got that tough end of their schedule out of the way. They can start working on some stuff, build up their confidence, and I fully expect them to be one of the 4 teams when it comes to playoff time. If they're going to keep 4 out of the 16 pod, if they're not one of the 4 teams, I'll be shocked.
No question about that, indeed. And of course, if things kind of continue on the way things are moving here, you could have a Leominster and Fitchburg battle in the middle of that 4-team pod potentially.
Would
if
anybody
the Red
be
Raiders
complaining?
win out and the Blue Devils potentially lose all the way through, if they lose their last handful of games, or at least a majority of their handful, they could have inverse records, end up right in the middle, right next to each other, and have that opening game. But, in the little bits of advantage you would have, Bill Thomas, the higher seeded teams get the home games as well.
You must have been reading which way is it going to go. Who's going to end up hitting the home court advantage, which I think is big, even without the fans, just that feel. And to see a Fitchburg player come over and take a picture of the scoreboard. Fans are not. The emotions were there. We could feel it from the sideline. We could feel it from the few administrators that were here and from the players on the court. And when it came to emotions, I think Fitchburg showed a little more emotion to start the game, and they rushed out to that quick lead. Yeah, Leominster built back and took that lead into halftime. But then right away, after that mass break for the halftime,
yes,
Fitchburg came right out with that energy, and all of a sudden they went from down 3 to up 14. And Leominster had a nice timeout by Coach Crutchfield over there. I think it was towards the end of the third quarter, just to kind of regain their senses because they were getting blown out of the building. But great job to battle back, some timely timeouts, some good defense, and what more can you say about CSIS just coming up big in that fourth quarter and basically willing the Blue Devils back into that game?
We said coming out of the Monday game, both teams did a lot of learning, but Leominster might have done a little bit more learning. A 61-52 loss in that first game earlier in the week, and all of a sudden now you get a couple of days of practice. You come in here, like you said, Fitchburg comes in, physically imposes their will, controls the game for a good majority of it, and then Leominster finds their way back into it in the end in a 54-52 two-point game. Shows that both teams did a lot of learning in that process of one another, and we saw a fantastic game in this one. Bill Thomas, you've got the final stats on this one as best we could possibly calculate it here. Without Kate here, we did the absolute best we possibly could.
And it's not going to be anywhere close to what Kate does. And I have one stat line. Don't ask me about turnovers. Don't ask me about rebounds. Don't ask me about assists. But I'm going to try to tell you where the points fell. And anybody who was watching the game knows George Gayton had a fantastic game, leading all scorers with 21 points. If the Blue Devils could have found a way to shut him down those first 3 quarters, or even if he was off a little bit from his shooting percentage, would have been a different game. But he definitely led all scorers with 21 with 7 threes. He didn't score inside the arc. All his scoring was done from outside the arc.
He outdid his season average. 18.6 points was his season average coming into the game. Potts 21 tonight, 7 3-pointers to add to his team-leading 15 three-pointers he had coming into the night. So in 4 games of play, he now has, Bill Thomas, you know me, not great at math, but 22 three-pointers thus far.
The basic math skills still work.
Indeed.
That plus and plus still comes out the same. But when you think about the game he had tonight, he had 15 three-pointers coming in. He was second in the pod. I believe he's second in shooting average in Division I, too. When you start looking at what the traditional D1 schools are, they're still keeping the averages together to kind of give you a balance. And I believe he was leading all leading scorers in three-point shots with 15, and just to add 7 more to that tonight, a testament to his skill, to his veracity. He never shied away, either ahead or behind. He kept firing them up there, and the majority of them went in tonight for him. And it led to that great shooting night of three-point success, 7 of them.
And as I look over your shoulder, after that, balanced scoring was the name of the game.
Yeah, let's start at the top with Gabriel Rivera had 8, and Daniel Emmons chipped in with 4, Donnell Thomas with 4, Montgomery Graham with 4, Nico Caputi with 4. You don't get much more balance than that. Zion Ayala chipped in with 3, and Kenny Mate had 6. Pretty much the entire bench that came to play tonight showed up on the scoreboard for Fitchburg. Looking at the Leominster side of the ball, balanced scoring somewhat, but didn't have that big pop. Led by Warren Asias with 10 points. It felt like he had twice that. And if you could score points for assists and energy. And steals, assists, and just being a disruptor, he definitely had the game. And to get his first varsity start, I believe, and to have that kind of memory, something will stick with him. Of course, he'd like to have it stick with him in a win, but the coach said he's probably earned himself another start. I was talking to him a little bit before the interview. Unfortunately, I didn't catch your interview, but I think we're going to see a lot more of him on the court going forward.
I would certainly say so.
Running down the scorebook in general, Alex Moisen had 5, Nico Nevad had 3, Brian Perez with 7, and he had a pretty good fourth quarter right there, along with CS. He was the second most aggressive player there, and seemed to be hand in hand with what Asias was doing. They traded steals and fast breaks a number of times.
And he would be the guy you would want. Maybe not the biggest scorer on the card, Bill Thomas, but he's the senior leader of the team. He had the opportunity. He had the ball in his hand. He had the open look at 3. That'd be the person you would want to take a big game shot at that moment in time, and he missed it. You saw him doubled over at the end of the game, absolutely, positively heartbroken at being unable to will his team either to a tie or potentially get a win in this game. And I'll tell you, if anybody's going to take a shot like that, you want the senior leader to have it. And he put it on his back, took it, he had the shot.
And we questioned whether he was overpassing in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And but that's his game, and the coach has mentioned to us numerous times, he's become more of a team leader. His game has become more well-rounded. He's looking to get his teammates involved on the floor, especially the underclassmen. He's finishing up, and he's got to leave a little bit of a legacy, and if somebody could step in and he can help him take over, whether it's running the point, bringing the ball up, playing good defense, I think that's what's on his shoulders this season. Moving down the score sheet a little bit, Terrence McCormick had 3. Warren Asias, once again, we mentioned, had 10 to lead the team. Isaac Tyson chipped in with 7. That might be his top scoring game of the year. I know he struggled around the basket. He's really active. I'm quite sure he's been working on it in practice. Get that, offensive rebound, one dribble, put back. Don't let him come in on you. And he showed some good improvement tonight around the basket.
Played a lot of the second half with 3 fouls.
He did, and I think he finished the game with 3 fouls and still continued to play good defense. It was pretty active in there. Justin Duda had 8, and Nico Delicchi, all of a sudden there he is with 8. And he's been a great addition, a great spot to the team too. When he's all of a sudden be getting some valuable minutes. So we're seeing some kids cracking into the lineup, either off the bench or with starting minutes. And once again, Coach Crutchfield doing a great job of keeping his team fresh and keeping them motivated. And I think we saw a great game tonight with the battle back. And it's just a testament to him and his coaching staff and the effort they put in and what they can get out of the kids. There was no give up tonight, and they very easily could have given up when they fell behind by 14 with about 5 minutes left in that third quarter. They battled back and turned this into a game.
Both teams get home games to start off there next week. The opposition for Fitchburg is Gardner at the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse next week on Monday. And then for Leominster, to the gym here at Leominster High School, Oakmont, the opposition, as it becomes Gardner and Fitchburg, Oakmont and Leominster coming up next week. We'll have that Oakmont-Leominster series for you, boys on Monday, girls on Thursday. Right here, we'll have more on that as we wrap up the broadcast. But Bill Thomas, first, a quick preview. Fitchburg and Gardner, what we've seen in this Fitchburg team develop into, certainly if they go out and shoot the way they have, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Meanwhile, Gardner still looking to build back and grow. But they played Leominster tough in both times they played them. The first time maybe more than the second. That's certainly going to be a key moment. But of course, anytime you go over to the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse, it's all about how do you handle the bigger room? How do you handle the bigger room? And of course,
cavernous.
Compared to Gardner High School, for those that have not had the opportunity to go up there to the gym at Gardner High School, it's a bandbox. It's smaller, it's shorter. It has not changed much over the years. They've renovated it, over the years to keep it up to date, but it is a much different shaped room than the Doug Grudgefield Fieldhouse in Fitchburg, and that's going to be a huge change for them going in on Monday.
Atmosphere has a lot to do with it. What you used to, the backgrounds are huge. You have close walls in most gyms. You have an infinite amount of space. Yeah, they put the curtains down there, but the sounds are different, the looks are different, the spaciousness is different. So you really got to pay attention to your game. When you go in there, you're definitely playing against a home court advantage.
And of course, the ball, they talk about it in college when they play in the larger buildings that, the baskets are floating in space, but they have the supports that go to the floor. So at least it creates some kind of spatial awareness. In the Fieldhouse here, of course, at the gym at Leominster High School, and the Fieldhouse over in Fitchburg, the baskets are supported from above, which means the baskets quite literally
it's like a
are
ghost.
Floating in space.
Exactly. And you're tossing a clear backboard and no real definition behind it. You're kind of tossing the ball up into air and hoping that you see some net tingle at the end.
Meanwhile, for Leominster, they get Oakmont, who, as Coach Grudgefield said in our interview, they are a team unto themselves. They've got a couple of players, Billy, that have made some decisions to go out there and play in Oakmont. So they've got some local connections that are going to feed into the story, and they've got some very talented basketball players, some of them that play the game above the rim.
That's what we're hearing, so I'm looking forward to that. We don't get to see a lot of that at the high school level. I think St. John's might have had one kid. Wachusett had a kid a couple years back that played that way. Be interesting
to see what kind of game. Last year here.
Exactly, when they came in, exactly, and that was a whole different type of game that they're not used to having to defend, first off. But we'll have to see what Leominster does to defend a little different type of offense, especially if they're running a lot of low post. You're going to have to run some kind of zone. You're going to have to zag in and then maybe challenge their outside shooters. But got a couple of days. Well, actually, one practice day. Not a couple of days, actually, come to think of it. The coach gets one practice day.
Coaching isn't easy to begin with.
What will probably be an entire new defensive philosophy. Because you were trying to defend against outside shooting. Now you got to defend for players that can play above the rim. We'll see what we got come Monday, but I'm looking forward to it.
No question about that. We are certainly looking forward to that one. Leominster and Oakmont next week here on RFM. Boys on Monday, girls on Thursday, as we continue in this COVID-modified 2021 regular season. This game will be available via YouTube, coming up on demand later on this evening. YouTube.com. Search Rivalry Family Media out there on YouTube. You can like, follow, and subscribe out there today. Of course, you saw the game preview right here, or saw it premiere live here, Facebook.com/Media Rivalry. Also, along with our partners at Leominster TV on Comcast and Verizon. Updates to the schedule also available out there on the Twitterverse. At Media Rivalry is your follow on that one for the latest updates and schedule and broadcast coverage out there as well. And then, as we mentioned, Bill Thomas, the schedule for next week coming up. It is Oakmont boys on Monday, Oakmont and Leominster here at the gym at Leominster High School here on RFM. 6 o'clock will be the tip on that one. We'll be on with you by 5:45 on Monday, February the 1st. And then coming up on Thursday, February the 4th, it's Oakmont and Leominster girls here at the gym at Leominster High School. We'll have that broadcast for you beginning at 6 o'clock, 5:45 with our pre-game coverage. Looking forward to that. And then the regular season wraps up with the week 5 of the regular season, February 8th and 11th. Boys and girls again in that order. Quabbin and Leominster, both games right here in the gym at Leominster High School, scheduled with 6 o'clock tip-offs here on RFM. Bill Thomas, great night. More great games to come for this Leominster team, this Fitchburg team. I can't wait to get the two of them back together again.
No, exciting basketball. It's great to see these two schools competing. You know, once again, I said it earlier, MIAA did the right thing by realizing the pods need to include these two schools. You know, what are they, 5 miles apart, by the way, a crow flies, if that. Why they weren't in that fall pod, I kind of still don't understand it, but it was all a work in progress. They figured it out. Let's go forward. And I could play Fitchburg every week maybe for a month until we got sick of each other.
I was going to say, I don't know if the coaches can handle it. But
these games never lack excitement. You know what you're going to get. You're just not sure what the outcome's going to be. We got what we expected. The outcome was kind of what we expected too, close in a one-possession game at the end.
And the payoff was an exciting basketball indeed. We're once again the final score here inside the gym at Leominster High School. Fitchburg 54 and Leominster 52. The Red Raiders 3-3 overall with the win here in 2021. Leominster falls to 4-2. We thank you so very much for being a part of this broadcast over the last couple of hours, being a part of our family here on Rivalry Family Media. Look forward to being with you through the remainder of the year. For Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins on assignment, I am Todd Robbins saying thank you so very much for joining us. And until next week, so long, everybody.